Alright there guys, welcome back to another Mediabook update. Had some things come through the post over the last couple of days, so I thought I'd scrape together another update for you. So, 5 things to give you a look at, and we'll start with a movie from a long-running franchise, and that is the latest Puppet Master movie. This is Puppet Master the Littlest Reich from 2018, which has just come out in Germany and the UK not so long ago on Blu-ray. Nice German Mediabook. Well, I say nice, but the cover's lacking a bit. Could have come up with something a bit more eye-catching than this, but anyway, yeah, the films, I'm not a particular fan of the Puppet Master movies. I stopped watching after part 5, and up until then I think part 2 is my favourite. Part 3 had a decent story, but part 2 was more fun, and I'd heard some good things about this one, and yeah, it was actually a lot better than I was expecting it to be. It's not a great film, but what I particularly like about this one is the excess gore. It's got some pretty savage, gory kills in this one. I was quite taken aback by some of the nastiness of them all, and it's without a doubt the bloodiest of the Puppet Master movies that I've seen anyway, so it's definitely one for the gorehounds. But the film is a bit uneven in tone, it's a bit flat at times, the acting's very wooden. At times it has a serious tone, then it tries to inject a bit of humour. That doesn't always work, sometimes it does. I did laugh silently to myself a couple of times, but yeah, it wasn't laugh out loud funny, but definitely a watchable one. It's one if you're curious about, it's worth taking a risk on, I'd say. And yeah, like I said, Mediabook from Germany. This is on the a French sounding label, but they are a German company. I'm not going to try and say it. This is part of their uncut range, and it was limited to about 3,500 copies. Yeah, there's the number down there. Get a few special features included, and some familiar murderous looking puppets there from the series that you're quite familiar with. Also comes with a really nice sized poster as well, with much more impressive artwork, I must say. I wish they had plastered this one on the front of the Mediabook cover, to be honest. I think that looks much better. I don't know why they didn't just choose to go with this one, but anyway, it was fairly priced for a new Mediabook. Let's give you a quick look inside. There's the DVD copy and a Blu-ray disc. Another thing, the audio in this one was quite low, so I had a bit of trouble hearing at times what they was actually saying on the screen, and I was watching with my headphones on as well, so I think that's one of the newer puppets from this one. He looks recognisable as well. I'm not too big on the range of puppets that featured in this one. Like I said, I stopped watching after part 5, and I think this is actually the 12th Puppet Master movie, 12th or 11th. So there's a fair few of them. So there you go, that's the Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. Right, moving on. We have a new Mediabook from the Wicked Vision label. Awesome label from Germany. This is Transylvania 5000 from 1985. This is a very wacky, oddball comedy. It doesn't have the best reputation actually, but it was definitely watchable. I had a good time with it. It wasn't laugh out loud funny, but it's definitely got some humorous moments. It's about 2 journalists. They've been sent to Transylvania to report on sightings of apparent sightings of Frankenstein's monster. They're highly skeptical at first, but then they do realise there is something strange at play, and they start to investigate to get to the bottom of it. But it does have a twist in the tale, which I won't ruin. But it's a good enough film. It's got Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis, and they actually become a married couple thanks to appearing in this movie, and they would later reunite on screen the next year in David Cronenberg's The Fly, which is one of my favourite movies. And yeah, it's just got a funny bunch of characters in this one. It's definitely a watchable film if you like your horror comedies. It's not really strong on the horror because it's only rated PG, nothing too strong, and unfortunately the makers were restricted to filming mostly during the day, so they wasn't able to create a very good creepy atmospheric vibe, which is a shame, because the setting of the movie in Eastern Europe, I think it was shot in Croatia or the Czech Republic or somewhere in Eastern Europe, so there was plenty of good background and backdrops to create a good eerie vibe, but they just wasn't allowed to do that, so It's not really strong on the horror atmosphere, but yeah, not too bad, not as bad as they say. And yep, a lovely cover here. This is cover C, which was limited to 333 copies. There was 3 really nice covers. I had a tough time trying to pick one that I would decide on grabbing, but I'm happy with this one, and it's a nice English friendly release, right down to the booklet, which is dual language. It's both in English and German. A nice 4K restoration. If you order directly from the Wicked Vision store, you do get a numbered postcard. The first 100 orders come with a nice little postcard. That's a nice little inclusion to have. Definitely a label, Wicked Vision, that's worth checking out, guys. They are due to release Monster Squad up in a couple of weeks' time. Have a nice array of media books for that one. Definitely head over to the Wicked Vision store to see if there's anything there for you. Okay, there's the inside. This is the DVD disc. The lovely Gina Davis there. Blu-ray, no, DVD and the Blu-ray. Same artwork on the discs. And like I said, this is the English portion of the booklet. So I can actually read this one. I have read through it already, actually. So there you have it. That is Transylvania 5000. Right, next up we have a movie called Revenge from 2017. Yeah, a bit of a rape revenge caper, this one. I was undecided about this one until I watched a review from a fellow YouTuber, Nocturnal Horrors. He gave this one a bit of high praise, and that pretty much sold it to me. I thought I'd grab this one, and if I was to grab the movie, I'd like to grab the nice media book release from Koch Media before it went out of print, and while it's still affordable. And it is a pretty looking edition, and I haven't seen the film yet, but it's meant to be a pretty no holds barred one, very graphic. Apparently they run out of fake blood during the shooting of this one, so that's just to give you an idea of how much of the red stuff they've thrown at this movie. So I'm hoping some good ultra violence scattered throughout this movie, and hopefully they focus more on the revenge side of things rather than the rape. Here's the back of the media book. This is a release from Koch Media, I think. Koch Films. Yeah. Decent little label from Germany. Looks quite a lengthy film, almost 2 hours. So hopefully it's not overly padded with pointless scenes. But yeah, looking forward to this one. I'll try and get this one watched over the weekend. So it's a 3-disc set. You get the Blu-ray, DVD, and they throw in a CD soundtrack also, which is nice. And it's one of these smaller type of media books. It's more of a digibook size, but it's quite a chunky one. So yeah, if anybody's seen this one, guys, be interested to hear or read your comments on it. So there you go, that's Revenge from 2017. Right, moving on. We have a supernatural thriller from 1999. This is Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. And this is the new digibook release from Koch Media, or Koch Films as they're called nowadays. And I haven't seen this one since the VHS days, and I remember it being a very good film. Well, not particularly scary, but definitely has an eerie, creepy vibe to it, and an intriguing story. So I've been meaning to revisit it over the years. I don't think it's been released on Blu-ray in the UK yet, and I never got round to getting a DVD release. But I've definitely been in the mood to giving this a rewatch. I am worried though, there's been so many films since this one's come out with a similar story. So I'm just wondering if it's going to be a bit bland nowadays, but hopefully not. I remember it being well worth a watch and worth owning in the collection. I just didn't get round to grabbing it. And nice array of special features there to go through too. I can't believe it's 20 years old already. 1999 this one come out. This movie. Kevin Bacon in good form in this one from what I remember. And there's a Blu-ray. I think they've thrown a DVD copy as well. Quite a lot of text in this one. Not much in the way of photos or stills from the movie. No promo material. And it's all in German. But a nice little release. It was fairly priced for a new edition. So there you go, that's Stir of Echoes, as it's known in the UK, from 1999. Right, and last up, a bit of zombie carnage. This is 2012 Zombie Apocalypse with Ving Rhames. I saw this one for very cheap. You can usually find this one very cheaply priced, and I've sometimes have to be in the mood for these types of movies, these modern zombie movies. They're very much samey and very much Walking Dead-esque, so they do lack originality, but when I'm in the mood, I can throw these on for a nice bit of a time killer, hour and a half killed, bit of gory action, and hopefully this one delivers something like that. This is actually a 3D copy as well, and it was only €7, so it was a bargain price, and it's still fairly priced on Amazon Germany now if you fancy a bit of this one. But I haven't seen it yet. I might give it a watch over the weekend. This one's been put out by 84 Entertainment, and I think it was limited to 2,000 copies. Doesn't look too bad. Some minor special features included as well. And with this one, you get a nice little 3D card that came with it. I might try and stick it on the front cover actually. That looks pretty cool. So you got that included, and a little numbered certificate of authenticity type thing, limited to 2,000. There's my limited number there, 668. Let's give you a quick look inside. There's the Blu-ray disc, which contains a 3D version of the movie along with a 2D version, and a DVD director's cut. There you go, doesn't look too bad. Low budget stuff, but hopefully the CGI isn't too bad. Hopefully they rely mostly on practical effects. That would be great. So there you go guys, that is Zombie Apocalypse, and that is it for this update guys. Thank you very much for watching. The comments and the subs, much appreciated. If you have any questions regarding these releases, just hit me a message below, or send me a message on Facebook if you know me on there. So until next time guys, you take care, enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now.